The 48 Laws of Power is a multi-million copy New York Times bestseller that Robert Greene wrote. It's a book recommended by nearly everybody in the business and entrepreneurship fields. Today, I will share the first 1 to 5 laws from the 48 Laws of Power that are most important for young professionals to follow. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior. In your desire to please and impress them, do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. Inspire fear and insecurity. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain behind heights of power. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Be wary of friends. They will betray you more quickly, for they are easily aroused to envy. They also become spoiled and tyrannical. But you have more to fear from friends than from enemies. If you have no enemies, find a way to make them. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your actions. If they have no clue what you are up to, they cannot prepare a defense. Guide them far enough down the wrong path, envelop them in enough smoke, and by the time they realize your intentions, it will be too late. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. When you are trying to impress people with words, the more you say, the more common you appear, and the less in control. Even if you're saying something banal, it will seem original if you make it vague, open-ended, and sphinx-like. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. Through reputation alone, you can intimidate and win. Once it slips, however, you are vulnerable and will be attacked on all sides. Make your reputation unassailable. Always be alert to potential attacks and thwart them before they happen. Meanwhile, learn to destroy your enemies by opening holes in their own reputations. Then, stand aside and let public opinion hang them. Every interaction you have is more or less a negotiation for a desired outcome. From asking your crush out on a date to signing a multi-million-dollar client, it all boils down to your skill set. Fundamentally, you can negotiate anything if you know the following 3 steps. 1. Exactly what you want. 2. How little you're willing to accept. 3. What you'll do if the deal doesn't work out. Everything else we'll be discussing is just here to support these 3 things and give you the biggest edge you can get. With that said, here are the 3 most valuable negotiation skills and tactics. Number 1. Figure out what you really want or you're going to lose. You would not believe just how many people get into negotiable situations without having a clear understanding of what they really want and having a way to put it into clear words. Here's a very common situation. Oh, you want to earn more per month? Sure. Here's 20% more work for you to do, and we'll increase your pay 20%. We've just given you what you asked for. But that wasn't what you wanted, was it? You see, there's another important rule in life that goes like this. You don't get what you want in life, you get what you're willing to negotiate. And for you to negotiate effectively, you need to have a clear understanding of what you want specifically and what you're willing to exchange in order to get it. Number 2, negotiate everything. We personally negotiate everything, and you'll find out that most rich people do the same. There's never a circumstance where the rich won't try to get a better deal, because historically, they've always been offered one when they've asked for it. Another big rule is, if you don't ask, you don't get. Starting today, everywhere you go, ask for a better deal. Without doing anything, you're likely to get a 5 to 10% discount just because you asked for it, which otherwise you would have spent out of pocket. We negotiate cars, jewelry, business deals, terms, and even in everyday shops. We get big discounts in both luxury stores and commercial ones like Zara just because we're willing to pay cash. As a pro tip, always ask the person who's able to make this kind of decision, what can you do to get me a better deal? Or if you're talking to a clerk, have them reach out to the person who's able to make those kinds of calls and get back to you. Number 3, the one who prepares more wins. By this point, we expect you to have made an effort and figure out what you want from an upcoming negotiation, so it's time to go a step further. Ask yourself the following questions. Who are you going to negotiate with? Is this the person who's able to make the kind of decision you're looking for? Another pro tip. The boss will always be more flexible than middle management. What is this person like? What are their values? What do they look for in a partner? What is most important to them? What do they expect to get out of this negotiation? What is negotiable and what isn't? What is there for them to lose if this doesn't work out? And how can you come up with a creative way to get both of you what you want? Now, there's an old war strategy that comes into play in everyday life all the time. The tale goes like this. When two generals go to war, both of them are trying to simulate what the other general will do on the battlefield. The one who's closer to the truth wins. This is why preparation is so important. Here's something important every one of you should know. If you realize you're not adequately prepared to negotiate, it's okay to reschedule and walk away. The worst thing you can do is to go to war without being properly prepared. You'll just end up getting slaughtered. The 48 Laws of Power is a multi-million copy New York Times bestseller that Robert Greene wrote. It's a book recommended by nearly everybody in the business and entrepreneurship fields today. I will share the 5 to 10 laws from the 48 Laws of Power that are most important for young professionals to follow. Law 6. Court attention at all cost. Everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Never let yourself get lost in the crowd then, or buried in oblivion. Stand out. Be conspicuous at all cost. Make yourself a magnet of attention by appearing larger, more colorful, more mysterious than the bland and timid masses. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Use the wisdom, knowledge, and legwork of other people to further your own cause. Not only will such assistance save you valuable time and energy, it will give you a godlike aura of efficiency and speed. In the end, your helpers will be forgotten and you will be remembered. Never do yourself what others can do for you. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. When you force the other person to act, you are the one in control. It is always better to make your opponent come to you. Abandoning his own plans in the process, lure him with fabulous gains, then attack. You hold the cards. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Any momentary triumph you think you have gained through argument is really a Pyrrhic victory. The resentment and ill will you stir up is stronger, and lasts longer than any momentary change of opinion. It is much more powerful to get others to agree with you through your actions without saying a word. Demonstrate, do not explicate. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. You can die from someone else's misery. Emotional states are as infectious as diseases. You may feel you are helping the drowning man, but you are only precipitating your own disaster. The unfortunate sometimes draw misfortune on themselves. They will also draw it on you. Associate with the happy and fortunate instead. Hey everyone, today we're going to look at the exceptions to the rule. Let's take a look at the ads that keep the customers watching as we check out advertising that's on another level. Molar marketing. Colgate is all about clean teeth and fresh breath. So at annual events like Oral Health Month, the company typically give out free samples of their plaque-purging products. Unfortunately, crowds are never overly excited about the miniature tubes of toothpaste. So in 2009, the company decided to go in the opposite direction, handing out sweet treats to their customers. Giving out candy at Oral Health Month feels a bit diabolical, but all the sugary goods came with a secret message. When the consumers finished eating the free products, they discovered that the sticks carrying the candies were actually little wooden toothbrushes, all carrying the same message, don't forget. This mildly threatening note reminded customers to brush their teeth. And by trading dental floss for candy floss, Colgate managed to create a fresh advertising campaign that reached a large group of sweet-toothed customers, a cut above the rest. There's only one thing professional soccer players like more than scoring goals: getting their haircut. When Brazil's main soccer league, Serie A, banned alcoholic sponsorships on jerseys back in 2021, Brazilian beer brand Brahma had to think of a creative loophole to circumnavigate the rule. They decided to capitalize on soccer's love of hair, inventing a new hairstyle that resembled a glass of foaming Brahma beer and marketing it to soccer fans on social media. The campaign is an example of guerrilla advertising, a marketing style that uses surprising and unconventional methods to promote a product. Remarkably, the haircut became so popular, Brazilian players started to wear it on the field, offering Brahma free advertising without breaking Serie A's rules and regulations. Getting your customers to advertise for you? Now that's how you trim away any competition. Word in mouth. Let's shift gears. Cruising on from guerrilla advertising to a roadside billboard, an Austrian rest stop chain called Oldtimer managed to create a billboard that's impossible to avoid, turning an entire road tunnel into one gigantic advertisement. The ad makes drivers feel like they're heading straight into a hungry diner's mouth, promoting Oldtimer's all-you-can-eat buffet as the woman chows down on an endless supply of Fiat fries and Porsche pies. Fireworks, Alfredo. This next advertisement is a New Year's billboard from Berea, who said Pasta la Vista to 2010 by showing a cluster of spaghetti arranged to look like a New Year's firework. The simple explosive ad appeared on bus stops and billboards, and campaigns like this earned Barilla a pretty penny, their $4 billion in annual revenue, establishing them as the largest pasta company in the world. Kill boards. From a tasty ad to one that's a little more gross, this next billboard from insecticide brand 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒 involves a collage of dead insects. When it first appeared in 2013, the advertisement looked blank, simply showing a can of 𝐓𝐶𝐈𝐒's insect repellent. However, the advertisement was actually a giant fly trap, the blank surface being covered in a layer of transparent glue. As the hours and days went by, the lights around the billboard started to attract thousands of mosquitoes and flies, and as the insects hit the advertisement, their bodies completely changed the image, creating a dark, spraying pattern out of the can's nozzle. According to 𝐓𝐶𝐈𝐒, over 230,000 insects hit the billboard, putting a dent in Milan's insect population and showing why products like 𝐓𝐶𝐈𝐒's are necessary to keep the bugs at bay. I know that successful businesses need to make sacrifices, but I didn't realize sacrificing 230,000 flies was the key to corporate success. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. To maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. The more you are relied on, the more freedom you have. Make people depend on you for their happiness and prosperity, and you have nothing to fear. Never teach them enough so that they can do without you. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. One sincere and honest move will cover dozens of dishonest ones. Open-hearted gestures of honesty and generosity bring down the guard of even the most suspicious people. Once your selective honesty opens a hole in their armor, you can deceive and manipulate them at will. A timely gift, a Trojan horse, will serve the same purpose. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. If you need to turn to an ally for help, do not bother to remind him of your past assistance and good deeds. He will find a way to ignore you. Instead, uncover something in your request or in your alliance with him that will benefit him and emphasize it out of all proportion. He will respond enthusiastically when he sees something to be gained for himself. Law 14. Pose as a friend and work as a spy. Knowing about your rival is critical. Use spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Better still, play the spy yourself. In polite social encounters, learn to probe. Ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their weaknesses. There is no occasion that is not an opportunity for artful spying. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. All great leaders since Moses have known that a feared enemy must be crushed completely. Sometimes they have learned this the hard way. If one ember is left alight, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. More is lost through stopping halfway than through total annihilation. The enemy will recover and will seek revenge. Crush him, not only in body but in spirit. Today we're going to look at the exceptions to the rule. From death-defying game shows to shocking publicity stunts, let's take a look at the ads that keep the customers watching as we check out advertising that's on another level. Mac advertisements. Ice cream is generally associated with a trip to the beach or a warm, sunny day. So when McDonald's started marketing their cones in snowy Sweden, they had to think outside the box. Sweden has beautiful summers, but in the winter, it's another, much colder story. This Mac advertisement uses this extreme environment to its advantage, featuring a giant plastic ice cream cone that gradually fills up with real snow, alongside text that tells the consumer it's never too cold for ice cream. It's certainly a unique approach, and if you threw a few sprinkles on that sundae, I'd scale the billboard and have a taste. The oversized ice cream isn't the only McDonald's dish that's appeared in an unlikely place. Zurich City Festival is one of Switzerland's largest annual events, and back in 2010, McDonald's converted a Swiss crosswalk into an ad for their world-famous fries, advertising their food to the hundreds of thousands of people that would attend the festival. The crispy crosswalk was positioned right outside of McDonald's, leading festival-goers directly to the Golden Arches. Although I'm not sure I'd want to eat fries after watching thousands of people trample all over them. Airborne advertising. This next advert, publicity stunt hybrid, was designed to shock consumers into paying attention. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's movie advertising. New Yorkers are famously good at minding their own business, but when these human figures started to soar over the Big Apple, every cab driver, Wall Street banker, and tourist was left looking at the skies. Unsurprisingly, these flying creatures aren't real superheroes. They're human-shaped, remote-controlled planes created to promote superhero movie, Chronicle, back in 2012. Chronicle had a budget of just $12 million. But the marketing team's use of cheap publicity stunts meant that the movie flew straight to the top of the box office, grossing $126.6 million. How many billboards do you see in your daily commute? And how many do you remember? The average attention span of humans is 8 seconds. And if advertisers don't work their magic in that time, the message is lost. Today's video features the most creative, memorable, and spectacular examples of outdoor advertising that capture your eyeballs and deliver their message in the best possible manner. In 5 cities of Belgium, 𝐓𝐾𝐒, a famous chocolate brand, offers its citizens free 𝐓𝐾𝐒 cakes. All they need to do is share a message, tender, as 𝐓𝐾𝐒 chocolate via phone, following the instructions written on the vending machine. It's hard to miss the oversized advertisement for red gold tomatoes in Minneapolis. The largest part of the billboard is 2 yellow red gold tomato cans that are each 16 feet tall by 12 feet wide. If the 2 giant cans were filled with petite diced tomatoes, there would be enough to make salsa for more than 400,000 people. This miraculous billboard, located in one of the driest places of Peru, captures the air's humidity and turns it into potable water for Lima residents. The project is a way for the engineering department to attract more engineering students to the university. The only time you can say that the ad literally sucks. Last summer, Adidas unveiled the world's first ever liquid billboard in Dubai. Women of Dubai were invited to dive beyond the surface, taking a leap of faith. Cameras from inside the billboard filmed the swimmers, and the footage was transmitted directly onto a digital screen above the Dubai Mall. The aim is to promote the new Adidas swimwear collection in the United Arab Emirates by inspiring women's confidence. Thai bikers make sure the ads follow you everywhere you go, thanks to the mobile digital billboards. 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒, an insecticide brand, came up with an unorthodox way for an outdoor campaign in Milan. Transparent glue was applied on the ad surface in the shape of a jet spray coming from an insecticide can. Recognized as both the world's first and world's largest 3D billboard by Guinness World Records, the 6-story Coca-Cola sign has created a new benchmark for the creative application of technology in Times Square.